Hey, good morning, everyone. Chief Denney here, helping you retire sooner versus later, richer versus poorer, working smarter, not harder. People ask me, why I'm successful, and that's kind of a weird question. It's like, how do you ask someone how to cook well, or how do you run a marathon? I mean, there's not one answer. But one thing is always kind of stuck in my mind. It's choices. And it's really easy to say, I've made some great choices. I've made a lot of stupid ones too. Just let me give you just a little bit of history about myself. So, I grew up single mom, didn't know my, as my daughter calls it, the birth giver, my biological father. I think I met him 3 or 4 times. He was quickly given the boot when I was still in diapers. And I didn't speak English. I spoke Swiss. So you can imagine as a kid, I was, I didn't speak English until I think I learned in, first grade, I think. So however old you are in first grade, 5, 6 years old. Thank God for Mrs. Wonder, a German-speaking teacher that literally taught me how to speak English. And so I was always picked on. I was always the last kid to be, on the kickball team because can you imagine speaking Swiss in the 60s? No one knew what that. I might as well have been a Martian because clearly no one in San Diego knew what was coming out of my mouth. And so, through life, this isn't a woe is me thing. This is as we go through life, we have challenges at young age, later life challenges. I've made a lot of money. I've lost some money. So I've had my victories. I've had my losses. I've made brilliant financial decisions. I've made some stupid ones. I chose not to invest in deals I should have. I've done over $100 million in business. I don't know what the exact number is. And, maybe it's 99 million. Maybe it's 130 million. I mean, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's a hell of a lot of business I've done. But those were all conscious choices. I chose to be a real estate investor. I chose to do deals. I chose not to do deals. And where I found I've had the most amount of success is when I'm very conscious to my choices. When I let other people choose, when I choose to get too busy and life gets in the way and I find that, I missed out on an opportunity because I allowed some other decision or the lack thereof to get in the way. So one of the things I was sharing with my kids last night is, it's easy to be scared. I mean, here I am many years later as a real estate investor, and I look at deals and I still sit there and go, should I do this deal? Should I not do this deal? There's still doubt in the mind. And at the end of the day, you just have to choose. And I think part of it is having the courage to make mistakes. And it's okay to screw up. And yet somehow I think in this world, we're kind of paralyzed because we're so afraid of what other people might think. They might think you're a failure, or you might think you're a failure because you didn't hit it out of the ballpark. But the one thing I can promise you is the only way to be successful at anything in life. I don't care if it's a piano recital, you got to hit a few wrong notes. I don't care if it's the ballpark, you're going to strike out. I don't care if it's on the ice, you're going to miss the goal. I don't care if it's in the kitchen. Sometimes recipes just come out crappy tasting. But it's having the courage to do it, and that courage comes from making choices. So when people ask me, what is the one thing I can do today to kind of get back on path? So maybe you attended a real estate seminar. Maybe you're interested in investing in real estate. And back to the seminars, maybe you spent tens of thousands of dollars and it's just not working for you. Maybe you're not having the success. Maybe you've stepped on your air hose a couple times, or maybe you're just not doing anything. You can't find the deals. You can't find the money. You can't find the contractor, or the coach isn't helping you, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, none of that really matters. What matters is getting your ass out of bed and doing something about it, taking the risk. And I was telling my kids last night, sometimes just the whole idea of taking a risk can seem difficult. So my thing is, what 3 things can you do every day that just kind of baby steps forward? And it doesn't have to be anything significant. You don't have to conquer the world in a day. But what 3 things can you do to build your self-confidence, to build your belief in yourself? And I'm not trying to make this sound like some self-help guru stuff. It's just the reality of, I'm sharing kind of what works for me. I start off every day with prayer. I don't, whatever you believe in, if you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, I think it's a great way to start every day with gratitude and asking for what you want, asking for some help. And I remember as a little kid, my mom used to always say, God will meet you halfway. And I interpret that to mean that, I got to do my part. And if I do my part, luck favors those who are prepared. There's all kinds of famous quotes like that. There's got to be some truth behind them. So I just kind of figure, wake up in the morning and be grateful grateful. Think about what you want. I do a little gratitude journal. It's kind of cool. I think it's called the 5-Minute Journal. It's just an app on my phone. Pick 3 things to be grateful for, and then pick 3 things that I'm going to do today. And I think it's really important once we start off with that kind of mentality and we give ourselves 3 simple things we can do, then we kind of, it's kind of like me working out right now. I've got these little sneakers on, they're not great running shoes, baby steps, just get my butt out of bed, a little bit of exercise, some push-ups, some pull-ups, simple stuff. I'm not crushing it by any means, but they're baby steps. And eventually, the whole body will get into shape and follow suit. So I think when it comes to real estate investing, kind of the same thing. If you can just kind of start your day off with a few simple things that just say yes, that you can do. It's not what can we do, it's what will you do. Huge difference. Most people, oh yeah, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. Yeah, but what the hell are you really going to do about it? So if you kind of start your day off with 3 things that you will do and get done today, maybe it's make a few phone calls that you've been avoiding. Maybe it's, maybe it is writing an offer. Maybe it's calling my company Complete Lending. There's a nice little sales pitch for you. And, we have deals delivered. You can go on our website. You can look down below them. There's always a link in one of our videos that talks about Complete Lending, where we actually bring deals that we vet. We're not going to bring deals that we're not willing to write a check on. So we bring deals to investors. We back those deals with our own money. We write a check, and we introduce you to the contractors, the team on the ground that can get stuff done. So you can live anywhere. I live in San Diego, and we're doing 6 deals right now in Tampa, St. Pete, Florida. So I'm sitting here in San Diego and, making money on the other side of the country. For some of you that are my age, that may seem freaky because you're like, oh my God, I got to kick the bricks. You don't. Technology, like this thing I'm talking into, allows that all to happen. I digress. So again, what are you going to do today to kind of just get, lined up, to get back on track, to get your life, point in the direction you want to be in. So I would encourage you, if you're serious about investing in real estate, or even curious about investing in real estate, and you're just not having that success, that luck, it's not working for you. You went to a seminar and you're just not getting those results. And you want to blame them when really, it's probably you not doing what you should do. I would encourage you to maybe write down 3 things today, simple things that you could do to just kind of get the ball rolling, to get you pointed in the right direction. It's really hard to see a sunrise when you're pointed west. Sometimes you just got to adjust your direction a little bit and start walking in that direction, things start to kind of work in your favor. It's weird. I don't know why the universe, God, the world, whatever you want to call it, works that way. But I realize that as I make a few steps forward, things tend to work for me. So I'd like to just kind of ramp up with, today, whatever you want to call this video, the message, the inspiration, whatever you want to call it, is really, think about it. You can have 2 things. You can have excuses or results. You have to choose, and I would encourage you to choose results. Start off with some baby steps, 3 things you can do today that prove to you can get the results you want. And I know it sounds maybe oversimplified. Like I said, I'm very pragmatic. Things work, things don't work. I look at what I want, right? Here's what I want. And I look at what I will do to get there. And then I look at what's not working and I change it. Not any more complicated than that. So that doesn't mean there's not a million things on my to-do list and tasks and meetings and phone calls. But at the end of the day, where do I want to go? What am I going to do about it? And then fine-tuning along the way. That's kind of it. So I would encourage you today to, just kind of make a few baby steps forward and get started. Like I said, if you want to, if you're interested in real estate, feel free to reach out to us. Obviously that's what we do. We fund people's projects in all 50 states, and we bring real estate deals to real estate investors. So it could be a great first baby step. Anyways, wishing you the best today. As always, with any video on YouTube, like the page would be really wonderful. Subscribe. Somehow it's supposed to help with these things called algorithms. And I just realized there's this little bell notification on there somewhere on the website. If you click that bell notification, apparently, anytime I create a new video, it's going to send you a little reminder to that. So hopefully you found this helpful. Wishing you the best today. Enjoy your day.